Good morning from this cold morning in London. A cold morning that you don't know anymore when it's actually cold for real or it's been fabricated. Years ago, I left Italy to Australia. It was 2006, and there was a time where I left behind all those concern about all humanity madness. I grew up, realizing very soon that there was something wrong in our society, that I realized very soon that there was a manipulation from someone or a group of people that it basically manipulated our lives and society in the way they wanted. So when I left Italy, for a while I left all those concern that I had, that I brought with me since I was teenager. I left behind, and for quite a few years, all I did was just enjoying every single day like it was the last day. Like as I said in the past, one of the reasons why the time in Australia was probably one of the most beautiful was simply for one reason. It wasn't just because I was in a beautiful country and I was surrounded by wonderful people like travelers and people from any sort. But it was probably one of the most beautiful time of my life, simply because without knowing, I was actually applying what I now talk about it. Like live in the present moment. You know, stay in the now, enjoy every single moment without thinking too much about the past or the future, or actually try to not thinking at all. So that period was amazing because of that, because knowing those principles, I was actually applying it, and literally, the time, it felt like the time slowed down, and I was literally like really feeling that experience daily, every minute, every second, and obviously I had so many wonderful, incredible experiences. Many of them I already talked about it in the past, and recently, there's a reason why I'm talking about this now. Recently, I came across a post I wrote like years ago, and it was about some of the moments that when in Sydney, you know, became part of my memories that you know the day I'm on my deathbed, and I will look back to all the things that made me happy. That will be probably, actually, will be the memories that will make me smile and think that I actually did something that I really enjoy instead to do something that society wanted me to do. So one of the biggest scam I started to realize very young was that I was into a scam that it's society, and a time when I feel not in a great mood, society, like life itself. Now, while we cannot be sure about what is actually really life and what is actually our existence, so we just here, you know, guessing what we are, and based on experiences we have, or mystical experiences we have, we started to give a name to what this mystery is. Society is a scam. The rules and everything. We are the result of what the environment we grew up is. We become what we've been fed with: words, food, you know, memories. Like everything is like a. It's like we are, programmed to self learn. So everything we know is what they told us, what we know from the place and the people we happen, to be, to find ourselves when we were born, and you know, all what I learned, at least where, happened by accident to born in Italy, was all about, work, retire, die, make a family, become someone, for what becoming someone fucking means, get a job, make money, become famous. Like, what fucking means making money, become famous, get a state? What is? It's nothing. It's stories, lie. They have absolutely no meaning apart the fact that we've been told. Many of us believe it, and we made it become our truth. It's not. It's just a story that we've been told repeatedly since a young age, and with having no choice, we just follow and listen blindly. Then you might be lucky that for whatever reason you start to kind of like questioning all of this, try to come out and start to thinking, it's like, why I have to go through all of this? I don't. This is all madness. This is all suffering. This is all stress and suffer. All, some of us at some point realize that all we want is just like to go through this mystery happy. We don't want all this, worries about to be something, to become someone. All we want is do what we like, being happy with other people, you know, joking, laughing, being happy. We don't want to like, run for making money. We don't want to like fight to each other to making more money. We don't want to fight with other people for a land, a territory. Our land means nothing. The land is the same of everyone. This is all bullshit, but that's what we've been told that our life is. And we are not able to escape it, most of us, because everybody, somehow, most of us believe it. So you realize that all of this is madness. And to go back to Australia, At that time, all of us that were traveling there, and the people I met in my journey in Australia, they were just enjoying traveling. We were just enjoying doing jobs that was just to make some, money to then keep traveling. And nobody cared who you were, what you had, what was your so-called status. Nobody gave a shit. We were just enjoying, loving what our company and laughing. Yeah, sometimes there would have been, there was some little dramas, but mostly all we wanted was just to laugh, go out, go traveling, and sleep and repeat. That's why the period was wonderful, because it was literally a spiritual journey where I would say most of the spiritual principle about to enjoy life was applied unconsciously for most of us. So I met a lot of wonderful people in that journey, and a lot of them came and went away, and some of them still, into my life, in a way or another. And one of them is Giovanni. Giovanni is, I would say, a famous Italian guy that I love and respect, and that initially we had some friction, and then I came to realize how great he was and respected enormously due to his, high positiveness and energy. He is one of those synchronicities that got me through my life, and then in his case, he stayed 20 years later, still in touch. I already told this story many times, but I always love to mention it. I read in Australia. I had no English except like really few words, and it was already night, and looking at the Sydney underground map, I was searching for a place where I could, go and stay for the night. I knew nothing about the city, and I never really liked researching too much or researching at all a place where I normally go traveling, because I love to discover it in the moment when while I'm there, and then once I get to the place, I start researching. So I like to be surprised, knowing very little about the place. So I remember there was a couple that noticed I was, obviously a traveler with my backpack. Probably didn't realize I was a bit lost. So they asked me where I was going, and now I don't remember in which language, because I didn't speak English. But anyway, I say I was, I didn't have a place to go, and then they tells me to go to King's Cross. That in Sydney was the area with all the hostel and backpackers and so on. So that's what I did. I take the train, and I reached King's Cross. And as I came out from it, I see all those people dressing nice, girls dressing really pretty. And it was funny because I thought I was in a very maybe really posh area of Sydney. I thought it was like they looked to me at least very well dressed. Only to realize now once I settled there that actually the area was a very shit part of Sydney with drugs, criminality, prostitution, any sort. So I started wandering around, not really knowing where to go. Obviously, I was searching for a place to stay because it was already late, and it started to rain. So searching for a place, there was this two young couple, and I remember asking with a very broken English, like me, like I was like this, me sleep. So they redirect me to this hostel, day backpacker, and outside the backpacker there was a guy smoking. It was a German guy. It was a chef actually in a restaurant there. So I told the same, you know, me sleep. Obviously, my accent was really strong at the time, so immediately realized I was Italian. So it goes back inside, and Giovanni comes out. Probably I can imagine a scene. I say, "Hey, Giovanni, there is an Italian dude outside, and doesn't speak English. Come and give him help." So Giovanni arrived, and he was, like the energy was great. And he tells me, "Look, Ale, just come inside. The manager is, he went, he's went away. He's gone, and just come, stay in the room, stay there for the night, and then tomorrow morning, just leave before the manager arrives, so you don't have to pay for the night." And that's how I met Giovanni. Giovanni that I met again in Bandeberg when I went to meet my uncle and my auntie and worked in a farm for a year. Giovanni that I met again when I moved to New Zealand, where at the time he was in Coromandel town. That at first I went to see with my ex-girlfriend Kaori. So how life came across many times, multiple times. So that was one of the first. I wouldn't say first synchronicities because I had in the past as well, but that's when I would say they are the ones that was the period when I started to become more aware about it. So Giovanni was the first important person I met in my journey, and again someone that it did inspire me, like he's being positive, and I remember his famous saying, positive vibes, that came with me for a long time. He was one of the really cool, inspiring people I met. As Giovanni, I then met many others that inspired me and helped me to go through, my journey, and that got me to learn a lot about life, my life and spiritual life. So that was the beginning. I met a lot of other people. That time in Sydney, where I stayed for 2-3 months, was incredible. The people I met in the hostel I stayed, the party we had, there was some, moments I remember more than others, like when we were waiting for the fireworks, and we were all, there for the day, eating, drinking, just lying on the grass of the observatory, like at the observatory, like field. So we were all there on the grass, just waiting for the evening for the fireworks. So we were just like laughing and smiling, and there was no thought about what we should be or what we should behave. We were just there, being ourselves. with our strength and weakness, and just laughing and smiling and talking about what we did today, where we would go next, but without like the worry that we had to reach this next. There was not the worry. There was like, okay, I want to go traveling in this place. After that, I want to go in that place. After that, but there wasn't the stress that we had to, because that's how otherwise we would have been judged. We would just if we did it well. If we didn't care. We were just in that present moment, and that's why it was incredible. Nobody care who you were, your skin color, your religious belief. Nobody care. All we care, we were humans experiencing a mystery that we didn't even think about it in that moment, just laughing, smiling, and enjoying. The other memory of that time was Arbor Bridge, that I used to walk up and down like a sort of like a meditation, and and because I walked up and down for so long, it became a memory of that Sydney time. Like many of places I've been before, there is a place where I spend more time than others, or where basically been a place where I would walk through, or spend some time, and thinking and reflecting, and it became a symbol of that place. So like I wrote, for Sydney was the Harbour Bridge, in Perth was the Hyde Park, when I was in Joitsu in Japan it was the Old Town, in my hometown in Italy was the seaside front, and in London the walks by the River Thames, and in Edinburgh the walks by the River Lit. So the place itself wasn't like that, you know, made me remember the place, but the place was because what I like at the time I spent thinking and reflecting about life. So it just the surroundings became a strong memory, because that's where I would sometimes taking most important decisions. So in this case, Sydney was the Harbour Bridge, became a symbol of that time, and I met so many, so many people, and many of them, I don't know any longer what they are doing or what they are, and all the things I hope that for all the people that I came across once and never met again, I only hope from my heart that they still living and enjoying life in the same way they did when we met in that wonderful time in Australia. I hope they still, believing in magic. They still enjoying life in the moment. I really hope that. I really hope that they are really happy and they really stick with what they believed at the time. So that taught me what then I, that helped me to the journey I'm in now. Because for a while I did forget, and I went back on the old path, worrying about the future, of worrying about what I had to be or become. And then now I'm back again, but this time I have with me lessons, and one was that period in Australia that helped me, that's helping me, and give me the opportunity to help other people to realize that all of what we've been told by society I would say 90% is bullshit. And because I had the great opportunity to really experience the joy of living in the present moment, doing what I love without worrying about what society wanted for me. I know now that that is the great recipe for a happy and joyful existence. So all of that were lessons that I brought with me that I forgot for a while, but then once I got back on track, helped me to, to basically to who I am now again, and it gave me the proof that a different way of living, a happier way of living, it's possible. So, fuck all society rules. There is only one society rule to follow. Be kind to everyone that come across. No easy, no easy. But be kind to everyone that you come across. Be honest. Be kind. Help as much as you can. And then just focus on what only exists. That this precise moment, the present moment. Have a good day.